I've loved playing video games my whole life, and for as long as I've loved playing games, I've also wanted to develop and program my own games. And since you clicked on this video, I bet you guys feel the same way. So in this series, I'll be taking you guys from being completely unable to code to being able to make your very first game. In this video, I'll be taking you through an overview of the tools that we're going to be working with, as well as giving you a quick little preview on what you can expect to get out of this series. So we're going to be working with the C programming language, coupled with a code package called SDL2. C is a really easy to learn and still very powerful language that's completely accessible to beginners while still being powerful enough for experienced programmers. If you've played video games before, you've probably heard of a few different game engines, like Unity or Unreal. Learning C early will be really helpful later on in your career, because if you ever want to work with one of these engines, with Unity or with Unreal, C will really help you transition into those engines and working with those code bases. So for example, Unity uses C# and Unreal uses C++, both of which are structured kind of based on C. Both these engines are really popular among game developers at the moment, but in this tutorial, we're going to be building up from the very basics and focusing on core fundamentals of programming. I'm doing this because I think cutting things down to the very basics will really open up this course to everyone, regardless of their previous experience. To supplement the core functionality of C, we're going to be using SDL2, as I mentioned earlier. You can think of SDL2 sort of as a toolkit of pre-written, completely free code that'll let us display images, play sounds, and also play music, as well as take keyboard and mouse inputs. In programming, we refer to code packages like SDL2 as code libraries. So if you ever hear me use that term in this video or in one of the future videos, now you'll know sort of what that means. Anyway, so SDL2 stands for Simple Direct Media Layer 2, and it's licensed under the zlib license. Zlib states that anyone can use the licensed code in their programs for free without having to worry about any royalties or any of that kind of stuff. It still has a few minor restrictions though, so if you want to check out the actual license on Wikipedia, it's pretty simple. It's just like a paragraph or so, but you might want to check it out. Alright, so now with all that stuff out of the way, we can get down to the more fun stuff. I intend this tutorial to be for people who are sort of new, but who are really interested in making games. So, in order to do that, in order to not burn anyone out, I'm going to go over some of the more abstract concepts, but we're not going to go too deep into them. In order to keep things fresh, we're actually going to be writing our own game step by step through each video. So every time I teach you a new concept, you're going to add, a new little tweak or a new little aspect to your game, so it can be a little more interactive, a little more fun, and by the end, we'll build up to our very own first game, your first project. I want to make it clear up front though, that this game will be fairly minimal, even compared to like some low budget indie game. But, this is your first game and you do have to start somewhere. So, the final project will be something like a very simple JRPG style battle game, where the player has access to 3 different attacks that they can use in endless waves of one-on-one battles. So if you're looking for a quick, easy tutorial where you can end up making, the next big thing in a weekend, you're definitely looking in the wrong place. But if you're looking for a foundational series that'll really help you get started programming and give you a taste of how rewarding it can be to set and achieve realistic goals, then you're going to want to head over to video number 1. So that's about it for this video. And just so you guys know, this series is and will always be completely free. And if you ever have any questions, if you need any help, you can leave your questions in the comment section down below, and I will get back to you fairly quickly. If you ever get stuck and you need an example, I'll also have the code for each tutorial up for free on the Plume GameDev page on github.com. So I hope you're as hyped as I am to get started, and I'll see you in the next video.